y'all, I'm Kitty, and this podcast is mine. Missing, Murdered, Unidentified in New England. I cover cases from the New England states of Connecticut, Maine, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Rhode Island, and Vermont. Each episode takes place over the month of each year between January 1st, 2010 and December 31st, 2020. And based on sources, some episodes will be long and others will be short, as these cases don't generally have much information available. All of the research, scripting, opinions, and mistakes herein are my own, and I will offer updates and corrections when possible. I do not offer trigger warnings for wounds, as they are a necessary part of the narrative. I will trigger warn for such topics as suicide, animal death, domestic abuse, etc. as needed. Now with that, please listen in as I tell you about November 2010. Soane Rankin was only 21 years old when shortly after 6 p.m. on November 3rd, 2010, at Commercial Plaza at State and Mapledale Street across from American International College in Springfield, Mass., someone mercilessly stabbed Soane to death. No other information is available. Please call 1-413-787-6355. Just knowing that their murders are still unsolved, that someone's still out there that could still be murdering, I feel that it's not fair that somebody's just still out there, and then you have 2 sons in the grave, and you don't have no closure, no answers, no nothing. You almost feel like nobody cares. These are the words of a heartbroken mother named Mahogany Payne, whose son Lloyd was 18 when someone shot him in the heart. On November 4th, 2010, at 1:18 p.m., Dorchester PD responded to shots fired at 34 Malin Road. At the time of the shooting, Lloyd was driving his new green Acura sedan when at least one shot was fired. His car then rolled into the fenced-in parking area of Bullard Street, which was literally his family's backyard. Lloyd didn't have a criminal record and no ties to local gangs. His murder seems to be a random shooting. And unfortunately, this isn't the first murder to occur in the family. Lloyd's older brother, Rashad Payne, was shot and killed in 2009, and his homicide also remains unsolved. If you have any information about either of these murders, please call 1-617-343-4470 or 1-800-494-TIPS. Trigger warning: suicide. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is a United States-based suicide prevention network of over 160 crisis centers that provides 24/7 service via a toll-free hotline with the number 988. It is available to anyone in suicidal crisis or emotional distress. Jael Hildebrand was a woman from the Passamaquoddy tribe who studied cosmetology at Mr. Bernard's School for Hair Fashion. Jael dyed her hair black and had hazel eyes and enjoyed dressing up with contact lenses. For unknown reasons, Jael jumped from the Joshua Chamberlain Bridge, which connects Bangor to Brewer, into the Penobscot River below, just before midnight to her likely demise on November 5th, 2010, in front of law enforcement. Jael didn't resurface, and no search attempts recovered her. Her remains have yet to be recovered. Jael's last Facebook post was the night she jumped. It said, "Cunts," and that was posted at 11:31. It is also said that she texted her sister prior to jumping as well. Jael was 5 feet 10 inches tall, and when Jael's remains are recovered, will be male, though Jael lived her life as a woman. Jael was 22 with her whole life ahead of her, though she struggled with past suicide attempts, past suicidal ideations, and a struggle with alcohol abuse on her social media postings. Jael's criminal record from when she was 18 or 19 was for theft, criminal trespassing, minor possessing liquor, disorderly conduct, theft by misauthorized use of property, and violating conditions of release. Jael left her purse with personal belongings on the bridge. Though a good swimmer, Jael may have been intoxicated when she went in, at a time when hypothermia sets fast, within minutes. Jael's mom, Nikki Hildebrand, thought Jael was running from police and drinking and fell by accident, and Jael's brother brought up the prior attempts to the media. Jael was declared legally dead in 2014. Her case stays open until she is brought home. Jael deserves to be brought home. If you know of this area near Joshua Chamberlain Bridge, please, if safety allows, check it and see if you can help bring Jael home. Please call 1-207-947-7382. Nervin Charlot was 19 and Emmanuel Louison was 17. They were of Haitian descent, and that is what we publicly know about these boys prior to their deaths. Their murders. The same incident, the same manner of killing, and the same site of discovery tie these boys together forever. 64 Mascot Street in Dorchester, Mass. Is the location where Emmanuel's body was discovered at 1 a.m. on Sunday, November 7, 2010, suffering from a gunshot wound to the chest. Emmanuel was taken to BMC and pronounced dead. Nervin was discovered laying face down in the overgrown dirt driveway of 63 Mascot Street, which was an unoccupied home foreclosed on in 2007 after the previous owner died in a car accident. That house became the hangout spot for teens to drink in the yard. Nervin was found wearing a red cap, gray jacket, and jeans at 11 a.m. on November 9, 2010, less than 100 feet from where Emmanuel Louison died. Some reports claim it was a neighbor who discovered Nervin. Others claim it was a workman painting an adjacent building. Regardless, there was a large police presence and Nervin remained undiscovered for what different reports say is nearly 48 to 60 hours after his death. Neighbors saw 3 to 4 young men running across the street at the time of the shooting. Nervin was missing since Saturday night, reported missing Monday, and his family was told to check at BMC. They were informed Tuesday that Nervin was the person found dead that morning. There was no blood evidence at the scene or on Nervin's body. Please call 1-617-343-4470. 35-year-old Ernest Likely was found with multiple gunshot wounds at 27 Fessenden Street, Mattapan, Mass. At 12:30 a.m. Thursday, November 11, 2010. Ernest was rushed to Boston Medical Center and pronounced dead. No other information is available. Please call 1-617-343-4470. Thomas Enquist Sr. had a lengthy criminal record, including attempted murder in the early 1990s when he was in his late teens to early 20s. Thomas was incarcerated for a short amount of time. Thomas was also linked to the Lynn Breakers, a burglary ring, who, though suspected, were never convicted in the theft of $2.5 million worth of jewelry. This heist included 27 New York Giants Super Bowl rings from a warehouse in Attleboro, Mass. The Lynn Breakers wore ninja outfits, carried walkie-talkies, a cell phone jammer, power tools, and went in through the roof. In May 2008, Thomas was arrested for assaulting a teenage boy and his mother in front of their home. Thomas was quoted as saying, quote, "If I ever see your asses out and about, I am gonna get you. Stay away from my kid or I'm gonna kick your ass." Thomas was asked to leave the property and punched the teen 3 times in the face. The teen's mother jumped in between the two, and then Thomas punched the teen around the mom. That was in his past, though. Thomas enjoyed weightlifting, professional recreational painting, and making wood furniture. Thomas taught his son, Thomas Enquist Jr., the trades: how to do construction, how to put up a wall the correct way, how to ride a dirt bike, and they built things together. Thomas was a caring person who changed his life around after much time, according to his son. Thomas was caring and would do anything for anybody. A neighbor fondly recalled how Thomas would plow her driveway in the wintertime when he saw her shoveling. She said of Thomas that he's basically a good guy. He just had a rough life. The past is the past. People change, and Thomas Enquist Jr. said that his father changed. Thomas was a former Lynn, Mass. Resident and Londonderry, New Hampshire resident at the time of his murder. Thomas was found riddled with bullets at 10:38 p.m. Tuesday, November 23, 2010, after a call for an abandoned vehicle was made to New Hampshire State Police. Thomas was found shot to death in his black Ford F-1150 pickup truck with license plate NH2274142. His vehicle was located in the right breakdown lanes between exit 1 and 2 on Route 101 West in Auburn, New Hampshire. Thomas's family was shocked and sad at the news and said that he had no enemies. Thomas was last seen that Tuesday afternoon. Thomas Enquist Jr. also had a troubled past and a criminal record at a young age and a tragic ending. Thomas Enquist Jr. died of an OD on October 17, 2012, almost 2 years after his father was murdered. He had been released from jail just days earlier. If you are living with addiction, please contact SAMHSA, the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration Helpline, at 1-800-662-4357. And if you have any information on the murder of Thomas Enquist Sr., please call 1-603-271-3636. If you have any questions, concerns, complaints, please email me at minepodcast@gmail.com. All one word, and mine is spelled with 2 M's, 2 I's, 1 N, 1 E. Please include what your message is about in the subject line. Later, y'all!